Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? We are live here back with another virtual poetry event. Last time we did it on Are You the Prisoner of Mind? We talked about depression, but today we have something more fun, and that is monsoon poetry reading because everywhere it's monsoon, it's raining, and people are enjoying a lot. And somewhere it's also like flowers and all, but still we will talk about the good part. And good part is always poetry, literature, and lots of fun talking about rain and the experiences people have. And today we have some amazing poets with me, contemporary women poets. And I would like to welcome Hemanti Datta ma'am, Anamika ma'am, and another of the poetess has also joined, Shal Raghuvanshi. So welcome
Hi.
to Transform Chronicles virtual poetry reading event. Please give a small intro about yourself. Hemanti ma'am, please go ahead.
Sure. Good evening, all. My name is Huimunti Datura. I'm based in Kolkata. I'm a writer. I've been writing for long as a freelance journalist. Then I took to creative writing. Then my first book was published in 2015. And last year, my first debut poetry collection was published by English Lass. This is the book Yesterday and Tomorrow. It has 44 poems and 5 haikus. Now, haiku, everybody
Wow.
knows, a Japanese art form consisting of 3 lines. There are 5 haikus in there and there are 44 poems. I want to read one poetry on monsoon today.
Sure,
Thanks.
that would be lovely. Anamika ma'am, please give a small intro about yourself.
Thank you, Mona Lisa. Good evening, everyone. And this is such a pleasure to be here today and to recite and listen to poetry on monsoon. I'm basically an educator and recently turned author, poet, and a writer and editor. I started my journey with short stories and during the lockdown, and they got published. And then I got the chance to curate 3 books as an editor. And last year, I came out with my debut short story collection called Jewels from the Treasure Trove, which has got a mixed genre of short stories. I'm very proud of, and many people who have read it have really appreciated it. So very happy to be here and looking forward to this evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am. The pleasure is all mine. Shail Raghuvanshi, ma'am, please go ahead with small intro of yourself.
Yes, definitely. It's a pleasure being here today evening amidst all of you. Thank you, Mona Lisa. First, I'm very besotted by your name. Whenever I've seen you as my friend on Facebook, I've always been delighted, not just seeing your posts, but just seeing you on the Facebook. Coming to my about myself, I'm a freelance journalist, a poet, and a voice actor. And also, I've been a teacher in teaching communicative English for the past 30 years. So I've been writing for journals, for magazines, for newspapers. And as the internet boom came in, I started writing for the net, for content. And also, I like very much to perform in open mics, which take place, because that's the time you connect with the audiences, of all uh, ages, and that's what gives the kind of kick into life. Otherwise, life becomes too monotonous, doesn't it? So that's about me.
Yeah,
So I've been writing on and off, and I cannot. It's like breathing for me. I have to write at the end of the day, and then maybe then send it out to journals to get published and all the like. So that's about me. Yeah, lovely to be here.
is that a painting done by you behind
Yes.
you?
Yeah, I do paint. Yeah, I left that out. I do paint too. Yes, that's my painting.
Lovely. So I'll also give a small intro about me. I'm Mona Lisa Joshi. I'm the founder and director of the Santham Chronicles. It's a contemporary publishing house, and we have published some of the amazing anthologies. That's what people say. I'm not bragging here, but yeah, the book is really good, and people really enjoy writing for the anthologies we have published. And I'm also an author, editor, and poet, and some of my original works are also out there through my publishing house. So you can check out my books on Amazon. And let's begin with the monsoon poetry. That's the theme. So, Hemanti ma'am, share some emotions. What are the emotions of yours associated with monsoon
Sure.
and all? And then please go ahead with
I
your
will
poem.
read from my own book, poetry. It's called Rainy Days.
Okay.
The pitter patter of raindrops on leaves which leave behind it a wet, fresh fragrance. Rains have rained in my heart since my early childhood memory. Adulthood has deepened it. Deep inside, where emotions reside, therein is to be found my love for raindrops and roses. Rainy evenings with sounds of music or with music of sounds, the four seasons of Vivaldi or the shattering of window panes in a sudden squall. Rains cometh and they come hurtling down, tears of heaven to move the azure, to assure humanity of the joy and love of singing in the rain. Thank you.
That's a
Lovely,
very
lovely.
Thanks.
Was
But
lovely.
you have to tell me some of your emotions associated with rain. Do you really like rain, or some people really actually don't like it? Also, I've seen. So, do you like rain?
Rains is the monsoon is my the except if you leave aside the waterlogging part of it, then rains are the best season in the entire year. Like winter, you have lots of, you have to take out warm clothes. In the summer you sweat. So monsoon is the balance, the most pleasant time in our country for the entire year. Like there is water, of course there are waterlogging problems, but in leaving that apart, rains like I don't like using umbrellas. So if I have to go out, I prefer getting drenched rather than using umbrellas.
Mhm.
And rains. The raindrops on leaves, like in the water falling from the leaves, that's a great inspiration for writing poetry. That's the
Wow.
most pleasant. Yes. Oh, that's all.
That's
That's it
lovely.
about it.
Okay,
Lovely.
lovely. And Amika, ma'am, tell me, do you like rain?
Oh, yes, I love rain. But as we were growing up and we grew up into adulthood and donned the mantle of being, the nurturers, and we would warn the children that don't go out in the rain, you'll catch a cold, blah, blah, blah. Till I took to long distance running in Bombay. And in Bombay, the best season is the rain, in spite of the waterlogging, etc. Because I discovered the joy of living through rain. Early morning when it is to still be dark, we runners would gather and just get out and get drenched and go for the run, and you will see how much each runner enjoys. I think you connect with your inner child and the joy of getting drenched and not worrying about anything. And I don't think anybody has fallen ill because of that till date. And we have enjoyed it immensely. And in fact, I regret that most of my adulthood, I stayed indoors when it rained, though, watching the rain or taking a walk with an umbrella, taking the precautions.
I know, I
But
know.
I think, like Hemanti ma'am has rightly said, it is one of the most beautiful seasons we have. And yes, I guess, there are two sides to every coin, and we have to take one with the other. So, should I recite
Yeah,
my poem? And so I wrote
please
these
do.
few lines about how the rain is coming into our house. I've called it Herald. The call at my window, neither soft nor gentle, roused me from my slumber. What's that? I wonder. And just like that, my window does open. Such gumption, and treads in the monsoon. A blast strong and cold, running around my room, knocking books off shelves, scattering things and gloom. Hey, stop that! I yell, even though my laughter I can barely quell. The clouds drift in, soft and wet and languid, their moisture barely contained. Shoo, shoo, out in the garden. That's where you belong. Go do your thing. Rain, pour, and entertain.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank
Mm.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
That actually gives out the essence of rain. You have captured well.
Thank you, Mona Lisa.
So,
Beautiful.
and Shall ma'am, please share some of your experience about rain and do you really like it or like your childhood experience? I think we all connect ourselves through those childhood experiences only mostly
Correct,
Yes,
with
correct.
yes.
rain.
That's true. That's very true. Like as both of you have mentioned about the different aspects of monsoon, where I think there's more of regret that we didn't go around prancing in the rain more than we should have.
Yep.
But yes, it does connect to our childhood mostly, where you see rain and you're excited and you want to go out and play, splash in the pools of water everywhere with your friends. So this was during
Exactly.
my childhood days. But as I grew up and in my adulthood, when we had a short posting in Kerala, God's own country, and there it was like it would rain. It would be sunshine 6 months and rain 6 months, and the rain would be
Okay.
not sheets of rain, like I can't see you across, even if you're just sitting across the table. It's like that wide and that thick. So there I saw a different facet of rain and monsoon, and at one go it was frightening, and at one go it was exciting because I'd never seen rain of this kind. So that's about rain. It has a fantasy of its own, but I'm more a sunlight person, to say that. But rain is, of course, always welcome, needed for our universe. So, sharing that, I think I'll start with my poem,
Sure.
with your permission. Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Uh, yeah, thank you. It's called The Changing Colors of Monsoon. When the color changes from bright, happy blue to graying clouds, thundering aloud, monsoon rain lashing on the windshield, I feel the whip of karma on my back. Water drips, drowns, soaks. My path of daffodils lie bare, like a black slate wiped clean, to make a fresh entry of aching interiors, begging respite from worrying wetness of varied whims, threatening to turn a life of monotonous dryness into a whirlpool of insecurities. Why is it that the cheer of a child on watching droplets of rain in the hope of a day off from school turn into a cinemascope of clothes aching to dry the moistness of their shoulders? Why is it that the joy of getting wet in the rain transform into mortal fear of sickness and medicine? How I long for that seductive flame of logs in a fireplace, warming up desires, letting hormones go astray, long lusty hair splashing in fountains, bursting at the seams if only to let free all blocks locked within. I'm willing to swim in the illusion of a real scene, if only for a moment, to let go of infectious cynicism. Until that happens, I shall crouch near my favorite place near the window, overseeing the park with grass and trees, with flowing gowns of green leaves and brown branches, waving out to me to join them in the monsoon revelry. Thank you.
That's an
Very
amazing
Thank you.
nice,
poem.
very
Wow.
nice.
Wonderful,
Thank you. Thank
wonderful.
you.
So yeah, rain is something that I'm not a big lover of rain. I rather prefer autumn more. I'm more of an autumn person because I really love the nip in the air, the balmy breeze, and everything. Autumn is my favorite. But rains, yeah, I have some memories associated with it. We used to live in it's called Nehru Memorial Museum and Library. That's in Chanakyapuri area in Delhi. If anybody,
Yes,
any one
yes.
of you know. So, yeah, so there we used to see the dance of the peacock whenever it used to rain. So that was one of the lovely experiences I still can't forget. If all the peacocks would come out, it was a lush green area. It was amazing. The plants, the trees, everything would, like bathe into new avatars, and they would look so green. And there would be all peacocks dancing around. So that is something that has stayed with me. The beautiful memory of rain I have.
Lovely.
So yeah, I would just quickly show the monsoon issue we did on like Chrysanthemum Chronicles was earlier a journal and magazine, and later we changed it into a publishing house. This is Shakespeare. We did poetry on Shakespeare's heroines resurrected. So
Wow.
it's yeah. So this is a monsoon issue. I just wanted to show you that if anybody wants to read, it's available digitally on issue. And
Okay.
to conclude the event, I would read out a small poem by Langston Hughes. But before that, I would like to
Oh,
ask if anyone want to share any of your any other experience you want to share about rain or monsoon.
Mine would be another one related to my running experience in the rain in Bombay. Because, like I
Okay.
said, till then I had not experienced the joy of rain and playing in the rain. I still remember there was this, this monsoon season in Bombay. When it dawns, suddenly there will be the spell of rain when the
Yeah.
clouds don't want to leave Bombay, and they just want to hug it and kiss it and just drown it in rain. And we had
Yeah.
one such rain, predicted. But there is one event done by Mumbai road runners, and that starts from Bandra, and we go up to Nariman Point, so NCPA.
Okay.
So that's a distance of 21 kilometers, a practice run for a half marathon. And generally, it's gearing up for the Mumbai Marathon, and it's a place where all the runners from across Bombay, they come together and meet. It started. It was pouring the night before. It just kept pouring buckets throughout the night. Early morning at 4 o'clock, when we were getting ready to go to Bandra, it was still pouring. My umbrella folded into two because someone was giving me a lift up to the starting point. My umbrella just folded in two, and in no time, my feet were ankle deep in the water gushing all around the road. There was not a soul to be seen, but all the mad, crazy runners had gathered. It rained throughout. We were
Okay.
drenched and, passing all the landmark points. But you could only hear us laughing and giggling and having fun and calling out to each other and just enjoying. I don't think even children do that, but we had such a blast. So that is one of my very, very precious memories of rain and having fun in the rain. That's
And
that's
I
Lovely.
that's what
think
I
Lovely.
for rain mostly reminds me of that petrichor smell. I love that. That is
Yes, the
something that
petrichor.
Yes,
connects.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, correct.
Sure,
And that kind of
absolutely.
that is
heralds all the joy. The adrak ki
yeah.
chai and garam pakoras
Adrakki
and
chai and some fritters. Yeah,
yes,
The
it's
lovely.
just
first
amazing.
rain, it's like relief. It's a
Yes,
relief
yes.
first, and then enjoyment comes later on. First, it's
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
We call it
Yes, yes.
sondi khushbu of that gili mitti.
Ah, yes. Sondi
So
Kushbu. Yes, yes.
that's the
Yes.
most amazing thing, and you just feel that it's going to rain, and before that, the weather and the black clouds and everything amazing. That's something
We
I
we
love about
also
rain. But then in Delhi, it's horrible. It's all
no, we are
puddle
also like this.
everywhere. Water will rush out on the roads, and it's like horrible in Delhi.
No, it is all that. It is all that also. But then it pours so much, it gets all washed off. And then
Yeah,
it's little
yeah,
later
that's why
that
I
you start
mentioned I
enjoying.
mentioned black slate. It wipes out everything for us to start afresh.
Correct, correct.
Exactly.
And it's just like the reality is there that so many things are happening, but you have the
True.
choice to look at it another way if you have
Exactly.
that choice.
Hmm.
True.
Some
True.
people
True.
may not have
True.
that choice, like,
Yes.
so I was just when Mona Lisa was getting thrilled about explaining the joys of petrichor, I said our hearts become like those peacocks you remember, fluttering,
Yeah.
Ah.
because
Yes.
it's
Yes.
rain and we're going to have fun. And we Bengalis, we love to make khichuri.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when
Oh,
it rains,
yesterday it rained and we have khichdi. Me and my mother.
yes,
We have khichdi.
oh wow. Yes, we will make khichdi and with dollops of ghee, and we'll have some papur bhaja and some aloo
And
bhaja
Mach
and
Bhaja.
maj.
I think
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You
think
can't
we
leave
have
that
so
out. You can't
We
leave
were
Majbaj out.
we
chef.
actually need to do that olfactory kind of experience through poetry. We have so many
Yes.
Yes.
people
Yes.
from different states, some olfactory kind of poetry, and then
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
That's a
by then
brilliant idea.
everybody would be drooling. Everybody might
Absolutely.
be drooling by then.
Absolutely. Already thinking of it.
Let's do it next time. We do something on recipes and all through poetry.
Sure, why
Yeah, we
not?
could do that. We could do that. That'll
Yeah,
be nice.
we
Yeah.
will. And if there are
Yeah,
bombs, there
so
has to
do
be food.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just
Yes.
read out Langston Lewis' small poem on rain, and it's very cute one. I just liked it, and I thought of reading it out. Just yeah. So it's let the rain kiss you. Let the rain beat upon your head with silver liquid drops. Let the rain sing you a lullaby. The rain makes still pools on the sidewalk. The rain makes running pools in the gutter. The rain plays a little sleep song on our roof at night, and I love the rain. This is written by Langston Hughes, and I don't know why I just loved the poem. I felt like it's small, but it has all the emotions of rain. So this was my
Correct.
poem by Langston Hughes, and it was really amazing having you all, the poets, today, talking about your
Yes.
experiences and listening to your poetry. I really enjoyed. I'm so glad you all joined.
The
Thank
the
you.
pleasure
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
pleasure was ours.
Uh,
Pleasure was ours.
Yes,
we
true,
thoroughly enjoyed.
absolutely.
And
And I,
there's a surprise element for three of the poets here today. You all are
Mhm.
going to get a surprise book giveaway. So please drop your addresses to the mail ID
Wow.
editorialmagzincc@gmail.com. And
thank
Nice.
yes, the book is a
you.
surprise.
So sweet.
Thank
That's
you. Thank
lovely.
So
you.
sweet.
Thank
So
you
sweet of
so
you.
much. This is a monsoon
Thank
gift.
You're
you.
welcome. Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
so much.
Monsoon gift.
Thank you so
Nice,
much.
nice.
So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
So
for
sweet of you.
joining today. Really fun talking
Thank
to you.
you.
Bye all.
The
Same
same
here. Bye
here.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye, bye, bye.
Take
Namaste.
care.
Bye,
Take
bye.
care. Namaste.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Thank you.